Talking about a trial of cannabidiol for drug-resistant seizures in the Dravet syndrome, we have first the intro that seizures are difficult to control in Dravet syndrome, a rare genetic form of epileptic encephalopathy, primarily due to loss of function mutations in the SCN1A gene. So here's a video about the Dravet syndrome. And here we have another video about the types of seizures made by an Indian group. So continue with the design of the trial. It's a multinational randomized double-blind trial. Children in years between 2 and 18 years of age with the Dravet syndrome, obviously, and the trial comprised a 4-week baseline period, a 14-week treatment period, and a 12-week of dose maintenance, a 10-day taper period, and a 4-week safety follow-up period. In the procedures, we have the after informed consent was obtained. Patients entered a 4-week baseline period. Patients who satisfied all eligibility criteria were randomly assigned in a 1-1 ratio to receive cannabidiol or matching placebo, in addition to their stable antiepileptic drug regimens. And here we have a video of cannabis in the treatment of seizures in a kid. Gonna skip it. And the endpoints, we have 2 endpoints. The primary endpoint was 2% change per 28 days from the 4-week baseline period in convulsive seizure frequency during the 14-week treatment period among patients who received cannabidiol as compared with placebo. The secondary endpoint measures were the caregiver global impression of change assessed on a 7-point Likert scale that used 3 categories of improvement: slightly improvement, much improved, and very much improved. 3 categories of worsening: slightly worse, much worse, or very much worse, and an option of no change. Well, the results, we have results in seizure frequency in secondary endpoints and safety. In seizure frequency, in the cannabidiol group, the primary endpoint of convulsive seizure frequency decreased from a median of 12.4 seizures per month at a baseline to 5.9. This means that it was effective. The secondary endpoint, the endpoint of a reduction in convulsive seizure frequency by 50% or more during the treatment period, occurring in 43% of the patients in the cannabidiol group and in 27% of the patients in the placebo group. This, again, is that the treatment with cannabidiol was effective. And finally, the safety. Here it reports that adverse events that emerged during the treatment period were reported in 93% of the patients in the cannabidiol group and 75% of the patients in the placebo group. It means that cannabidiol had more adverse effects than the placebo. And here's a video of the effects of the cannabis in the central nervous system. I'm going to skip. Well, finally, the conclusions. The Dravet syndrome is a catastrophic early-onset encephalopathy epilepsy with a high mortality rate. And this trial showed that cannabidiol resulted in a greater reduction in convulsive seizure frequency than placebo among children and young adults with drug-resistant Dravet syndrome. And there's a video about cannabis and new hope for Dravet syndrome. Thanks.